Hi, Sala.
Hello,
Hello. How are you going today?
I'm great, thank you.
That's good. My name's Sarah. I'm from Stepping Forward Organisation, and we're just having a quick chat today to update some details regarding your case plan going forward. Um, just going to see how you're feeling today, if you think you're up for it.
Yeah, as long as it's not too long, I think.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah,
Look,
if it's okay.
yeah, sure. It's quite a lengthy document with quite a few questions. So it's okay if we don't get through it all today. We can reschedule for a few days' time and perhaps finish it off when you feel like you can do a bit more. Uh, would 10, 15 minutes suffice for you? How does that sound?
It doesn't sound too bad. It sounds okay.
Okay. All right. Well, let's give it a go. We'll sort of aim to get 15 minutes in and see where we land. Okay. Now, before we start, I've got a couple of housekeeping things we need to just let you know. Obviously, due to COVID, we're across Zoom. So I just wanted to let you know that as part of our policy and procedure, we do record Zoom calls. Are you happy to proceed knowing that we're recording?
If it's fine.
Okay, great. Thank you. And also, just wanted to have a quick chat about confidentiality. Just want you to know that you do have confidentiality with me. What we discuss stays between us. The only conditions on that are if I believe that you are at risk of criminal activity, harm to yourself or another, then I may have to disclose that information. Also, my notes can be subpoenaed in court, and any incidences of child abuse I do have to actually report. Are you happy to proceed knowing those conditions?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, excellent. Thank you for that. So, like I said earlier, my name is Sarah. Just to let you know a little bit about our organisation, we're just providing personal support for people. So, like yourself, we'll go through today, establish what needs you have and how our organisation can facilitate those. And if we cannot, we can refer on to an organisation for those particular needs. Um, Now you have the rights of being treated equally and respectfully, and also we, both the organisation and yourself, have a right to being treated respectfully, but also we have the responsibility to engage professionally, and that includes you being happy to engage with the set out conditions and support and that sort of thing within the agreed term on the agreement. Now, the information we will gather today is sensitive information. I just want you to know that it is kept really securely. Anything digital is kept on a separate hard drive. Anything that's a hard copy is kept in separate filing cases with only people with limited access to them. So, knowing all of those things today, are you still happy to proceed?
Yeah, I am. Thank you. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
That's a lot, but yeah.
Yeah, it's not you specifically. We have to go through that with everyone. And it's as much letting you know what rights you have. And, also it's important for you to know where the boundaries are for your privacy and confidentiality limitations. Okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, that's okay. Like I said, we'll give it a go for 10 minutes. See how far we get. Some of it is personal information. So if you just don't feel like you want to answer that today, we can skip that, maybe address it another day, or sort of see how, if we do need to answer it or not, we can address that later. Okay. Now, Sala, could I please ask where you were born and raised?
I was born in Napier, New Zealand.
Yeah. And how would you describe your childhood? Sort of along the lines of good, fair, poor.
It was really good. I had a really good childhood.
Excellent. That's lovely to hear. Okay. Really good childhood. Were your parents ever divorced or separated?
My parents were separated, but they remained married.
Okay, so
And they divorced about 3 years before my father passed.
Oh, okay. Right. How old were you when they separated?
2.
That's very young.
I don't remember, but Mum told me that I was that age when
Okay. Yep.
they separated.
And who was your primary caregiver?
My mum. But then it became my grandparents.
Okay.
Mum worked a lot, and my grandparents looked after myself and my siblings. I've got an older sister and a younger brother.
Okay. So the grandparents, do you know what age that would have been approximately when you stayed with them?
11.
And how
Yeah.
long was that for? Was it intimate or like intimate or?
Right through to high school.
Okay. Okay. And how was your relationship with your mother?
It's really good with my mum. Yeah, she tried her best raising us.
Yeah.
I know now that I'm older that she went to work a lot to try to provide for us because it was just her. Yeah, our relationship's really good.
Did you always feel that way, or do you feel that's perhaps come with maturity?
When I was younger, I didn't really think about it much. I just knew that Mum was at work, and thanks to my grandparents, I always had someone with me, so I didn't think. Otherwise, I didn't think about it. I just knew I was loved and cared for. And even at a young age, I just felt Mum did her best, or tried to.
Okay, that's really lovely. Yeah. And how about your father? How was your relationship with your father?
Distant, poor at times. We didn't have much contact with him. Just started to reconnect before he passed.
Okay. Okay. Sorry if I don't come back to you straight away. I'm just note taking so that we can get an accurate record and review the information later to decide what care and support we can offer you.
That's okay. I understand.
Okay, so you mentioned a brother and a sister before,
Yep.
was that right? Okay.
Older sister, I got a younger brother.
Older sister by how much?
3 years older.
Yeah. And
my brother's 2 years younger.
Okay. And how is your relationship with them?
Excellent. We're very close. It's really good.
Love hearing that.
Yeah. I think we're really close because while we grew up without dad, just having our grandparents, we just knew we could rely on each other.
Yeah.
And with Mum working a lot and I was in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
my sister always took care of me. We always made sure that we took care of our brother. So we're very close. Yeah.
Okay. Now you mentioned your father passed away. What about your mother?
Mum's still here.
Yep. Okay. So what was your age when your father passed?
Maybe mid-20s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's
And
very
how would
important.
you describe your relationship at that time?
It was getting better. So, fair. We were starting to reconnect before he passed.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard because we didn't really have a relationship because my parents split.
Mm.
We separated
Yeah.
when I was 2.
Yeah.
So I
Very.
didn't know any better.
Mm.
Just spent time with all the family that was around me. So when I did reconnect with Dad or my siblings and I, it wasn't really like a father-daughter relationship. It was just, yeah. But actually, I don't really like talking about it much.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so you said your current relationship with your mum is good, fair,
Yep.
poor.
Current relationship with my mum,
Yep.
really good. I'd do anything for my mum.
Yeah.
She's always been there for us, even when she was working a lot.
Yeah.
We just knew it was for, she was just trying to help us.
Yep. Is there a known family history of substance abuse or mental illness?
From what I heard, they said Dad drank quite a bit. He played rugby, so he'd always go out. So my older sister told me as well. She remembers a bit more than me. She was just a little bit older.
Mm-hmm.
It happened that he'd drink a bit and probably got a bit rough with Mum.
Okay.
I can't quite remember because I was too young, but that's just what I've been told. So yeah, too much alcohol, I think.
Yeah.
I think with Mum too. Obviously that made her sad, a bit depressed when things didn't work out. And I know being apart from us when she had to work a lot and we had to live with our grandparents, that emotionally would have been tough with her as well. But I heard my my nana say that she thinks Mum was a bit depressed.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Were there any cultural and or social issues that impacted you on as a child?
No, not at all.
No?
Nothing.
And describe your financial situation, a family situation as a child. Were you aware?
Like I said before, I know Mum worked a lot to try to provide for us. I never felt that we went without. I knew that we weren't the richest kids in the neighbourhood, but I always just, I'm not aware of if we, had money or not. My grandparents and Mum made sure that we always had a hot meal.
Mm-hmm.
We had food to take to school.
Yep.
And the power was always on. Running water, so I think we're okay. I think.
Yeah. Well, look, we're coming towards 15 minutes now, Sala. How are you doing?
Oh, to be honest, I'm getting a bit anxious.
Okay.
Yeah, just don't. Excuse me. I just don't know how long this will go for. Just some of the questions
Yeah,
just bring up
they're
memories
very,
for me,
yeah, yeah,
and I
they're
don't
very
want to.
personal.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, one of those, one thing with that is that we've noticed now that you are having a bit of a reaction to some of the questions. So we also offer counselling services within our organisation. So this is something we can start to help provide you with, and hopefully give you a bit more ease with the anxiety around those subjects.
Yeah.
We'll stop for today, because
Okay.
we were only a couple of pages in and there's a few
Okay.
pages. So we'll just take our time with it.
Yeah, I do get very anxious, and
Yeah,
I think the questions you were asking just made me start thinking about
yeah.
certain situations, and
And how are you feeling now? If we finish up,
Yeah.
have you got some self-care? You know how to look after yourself. You're going to feel
Yeah.
okay.
My
Okay.
sister is going to come around, and I can talk with my sister.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good to hear. Is there anything you would like to ask from me, or any need that you would like noted? Given that we're finishing and we haven't gotten to everything yet, but
Next time, is it okay if I have my sister with me?
yeah,
We
that
talk
should be
just makes me
fine.
feel a bit better,
Yeah,
less anxious with her.
yeah, that's fine. We can do that.
Okay.
All right. So
And when will that be?
I was
Just so
about to ask you. I was about to ask you when you would be comfortable. Couple of days or
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. Well, how about I send you an email? Perhaps I can give you a couple of the questions that might be a bit difficult for you. Maybe we can let you look over. I'll talk to my supervisor, see if we can let you look over the paperwork before we chat about it.
Okay.
And you can go through that with your sister. And once you have that email, just let me know your sister and yourself availability, and we'll make a time sometime later in the week to finish off the
Oh,
paperwork.
that sounds good. Yeah. I'll feel a lot better if we can do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're doing okay now?
Yeah, I feel a lot better.
Yeah.
Saying
Okay.
now that I can plan to have my
Yeah.
sister
Yep.
here, and the
That's
time
fine.
it suits.
All right. Well, I'll just I'll send you an email later today letting you know if I can get that paperwork to you. That might help you ease a little bit knowing what's coming in the
Yeah.
questions.
Thank you,
Okay.
Sarah. Thanks.
It was lovely to meet you, and we'll speak again
You
soon.
too.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.